We're here in Monte Carlo for the Rendez-Vous de Septembre. For AM Best TV, I'm Richard Banks. And I'm joined now by Franz Hahn, CEO of Peak Re. Franz, it's great to see you again. Welcome.
Richard, good to see you again.
So, once again, we're here in Monte Carlo, as we are every year. And inevitably, a lot of the talk is about US exposures. But can you give us some insight into the reinsurance market conditions in the markets that you operate in?
We do operate in USA, but on the casualty side. And I think the trading conditions in the niche we are operating there are still very good, and they are holding very well. Overall, I would say trading conditions are excellent. One shouldn't be complaining. Look at the last 2 years and the mid-year numbers. They are all showing that the industry is holding. There is a lot of talk about, some call it the hard market softening, or some underwriters call it softening market. And I think that will be subject to the appetite of everybody. But I don't think that there will be a floodgate opening for softer conditions, lower retentions, significantly lower prices, because the entire market environment is not like it. After a couple of years of 100 billion losses, we have been entering last year 150 billion. The year from a net cat perspective is definitely not yet over. We are on that kind of trajectory, which doesn't seem to get us back to earlier years' experiences. So I don't think that specifically for the property cat side, there's any call for less caution or for being less pricey. And specifically with the secondary losses or the convective storms, the wildfires and so on, we had enough of this year again. So I don't see that there should be too much room to move. That reinsurers who have retained much more profits over the last 2 years, that they are eager to grow is very natural. But that's the reason what is behind the attraction of the market. The market is perfect, and the market finds many people who are existing who want to trade very well, and that's what it is.
So tell us about your core markets as well.
Our core markets are still the Asian markets. It's of course driven by the growth in China and India. China economically has been facing a situation to restructure, specifically under the pressure of the tariffs. But still, China is developing very well. And China is developing very well when the domestic consumption is good. And that's the key driver for China. And India is in an extreme development phase with infrastructures. It seems that all the roads and all the bridges and all the railroads, everything is being built at the same time. And connectivity within India is really mattering. When I was last time in India this year, I had a dinner, and my client, he said, I'm going home after this. And I asked, where are you living? That was in Mumbai. And he said, no, I'm living in a different city, he said. I said, are you flying? He said, no, driving. Not a problem for me. Yeah. And it's Pune, and it's around 150, 200 kilometers away. Yeah. And he said in the past he wouldn't have reached home because of the connectivity of the streets, but now he can. So that's the impact of it, and that's making the entire market, the same what happened around 25 years ago in China, much more affluent and much more middle-class society. Members are developing very fast, and that's the reason for huge demand into the insurance industry.
You did touch on tariffs there. Are you seeing any impact, or to what extent are you seeing impact on the reinsurance markets?
Of course, I just read news whilst being here in Europe that basically the mail, individual mail to USA and packets and so on, has been completely gone. And it's no more there because suddenly everything is being taxed. What was never taxed before, it was always exempted. And I think the impact, yes, is there. The economies are suffering, but we also know that China is not giving in. India is trying to find their own way. But I think it will affect the economy. It will affect the insurance industry only so far as, and here I'm speaking for PQE, as we don't further drive our diversification into different kind of insurance classes, but also different kind of markets. And we will go on with the build out of Bermuda this year and the license for a branch in India. We will go on further diversifying our portfolio so that we can soften the impact of any kind of pushbacks on tariffs.
So for a long time, we'd come to Monte Carlo and we talk about sustainability and the role of reinsurance in underpinning sustainability. More recently, there's a sense that it's fallen down the agenda a little bit. Is that because it's genuinely less important? Tell us about Pete Ree's attitude.
It's perhaps the wish list of some that it's less important, but the major drivers are not going away. And by ESG was developed, so basically environment and social governance, of course, also plays a big role. It's a reason why it was developed, because we are facing, mankind is facing a long a long development of global warming and the impact of global warming. We see all those floods, we see the wildfires. Why are they there? Scientists told us already in the 70s that this will be the way, and attention was not given adequately. Now we take off the attention for a moment, but the problem doesn't go away. So I think it's still a hot topic more than ever before. And certainly the industry should not speculate about prices, but should speculate or should work, not speculate, but should work on building sustainable solutions for our clients and for their clients.
Franz, one final question, if I may. What issues are being missed now that will matter most tomorrow?
Global warming.
Tell us a little bit more.
Okay. As I said just now, global warming is clearly a driver for change of economies, of livelihood. Social life is strongly impacted. We have seen the floods this year. We have seen the wildfires, specifically those in Los Angeles, in and around Los Angeles. And it's really going to the essential of living. And this trend will just go on stronger. And we will see much more of those, as we called it always, and I just called it secondary losses, right? These are the primary losses in the forefront of our attention. And they are not going away. And there must be more than insurance. There must be immediate attention by governance, immediate attention by the world community to it. And yet it will still affect us, even if we would give up all kind of CO2 exhaustion as from today, immediately. The globe will still be heating up for the next 100 years. So if we want that the globe after that can cool down, then we better stop and change energy consumption.
Franz, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
For AM Best TV, I'm Richard Banks.